This is the brand new Viltrox 28mm f4.5 autofocus lens for Nikon Z camera. You probably know already this lens was available for Sony and Fuji, and today, the day I publish this video, this lens is going to become available for Nikon Z cameras as well. This lens launches at the same price, $99 US, which is crazy because you get a very good lens. I mean, we're going to talk about the performance in a second, but a very good lens that is also autofocus. Usually lenses of this size at $100, they're usually toy lenses, lens caps, stuff like that. This is autofocus. Those are usually manual focus, fixed focus, f8 lenses. They're just there for no reason, in my opinion. This one has a lot of reasons to exist, and we're going to get to that in a second. And let's talk about the physical design of the lens. If I remove the rear lens cap, which is the only thing that you get with this lens, which I'm going to see you why, this lens is even smaller. And if you look at the back, you have a metal mount and a USB port over here to upgrade your firmware. The other physical feature that you get, it's this knob over here that allows you to open and close the lens. Because no, you don't get a front lens cap, you don't get a hood, you don't get anything like that. You don't even get an aperture, because yes, this is an f4.5 fixed aperture lens. And you don't even get a manual focus ring, because it looks like you have it because you see the texture, but at the end of the day, it doesn't move. This is only another focus lens. This is only a 4.5. You cannot stop down. You cannot go any faster than that. And let's try to understand each other. This is a lens that you need to evaluate considering the price. Because of course, if you're looking for perfection, you're not going to look for a lens in this price range, right? So if this lens costed $400, it would have been a completely different review. So frame this in the price of the lens. But before going any further, disclaimer, Viltrox sent me this lens to test and review, and I get to keep it. That being said, they don't have a saying in what I'm going to say. They are discovering what I'm saying the same time you are doing it. And I try to be as unbiased as possible in my reviews all the time. Whether you want to believe what I'm saying or not, it's only up to you. I can only tell you that I try to be as unbiased as possible. Second disclaimer, my voice is terrible, I'm getting sick, and I know for sure tomorrow and the day after tomorrow is going to be worse, so I'm recording today because otherwise I'm not going to be able to publish this video before the launch of this lens. That being said, let's move to talk about the image quality of the lens. What you get out of this lens, as I mentioned, is an f4.5 constant aperture. You're not going to move it. It's always going to be f4.5. And at full aperture, which is again 4.5, the lens is very good in the center. It's pretty sharp. And of course, as you move toward the corners, you see vignetting and you see the corners losing quite a lot of sharpness. This is kind of normal. When you get in something this size, you should expect something like that. The colors are not the usual colors that you get out of the modern lenses, because those are usually very punchy, very contrasty. This is kind of a vintage look lens. And I liked it for that. And you may like it or not. Of course, it depends on you. It all depends on how you're going to use it. This lens has, however, a big flaw that is related to the flare. If the light is coming from like outside, from the corner especially, you see a lot of flare, and that can damage your image to the point where it's not usable. But you can shade it most of the time. You can find ways to avoid that. And again, this is not a professional lens. If that picture that you wanted to take creates flares, you just change a little bit. Now, if you're buying a lens like this for perfection, you're wrong. You're gonna complain, but it makes no sense. You purchasing a lens like this for pure fun. And also to get a lens that has a distinctive look, because what I liked about this lens is that look that you get lets you immediately recognize that you use this lens, and lets immediately show whether you like that look or not. And if you do, this is going to save you a lot of, there's a lot of people they spend a lot of time in their computer trying to make modern lenses look vintage. With this, you get a vintage look, but not too vintage, meaning crappy. It's very good with with that vintage look. And if you like it, you're not gonna anything much out of this lens. And I forgot to mention, the sharpness was on a Z7, so on a 47 megapixel sensor. So I'm not making this lens life any easy with using that on a Z7. And I wanted to use it on a real trip. I didn't want to use it at home doing boring stuff. I wanted to see how this lens did in a true, real travel scenario. I was lucky enough to have something planned when the lens arrived, so it was the perfect occasion to try it. I also brought another Viltrox lens for the Nikon, but we're going to talk to you about that in another moment, in another video, probably in June. And when I mounted this lens, I was kind of skeptical because yes, I heard good things, but also you never know if you're gonna like the look of the lens or not. The first couple of shots, I was already in love with the look. Of course, I wouldn't be using this for professional shooting. I wouldn't be using it if I'm going for the perfect landscape. But if I'm going around, if I'm going shooting street photography, if I'm going shooting travel, if I'm going shooting something that is just memories, the look that you get out of this lens is pretty remarkable. I like it a lot. Of course, again, if you're into perfect lenses, this is not for you. But if you're in lenses that have character and you want to have fun, this lens is pure fun. With $100, you get an autofocus lens that stays in your pocket. It doesn't weigh you down. If you want to bring it with you, it's not going to basically change anything in your backpack, in your bag, in anything that you're doing. It fits your jeans pockets. It basically, you can carry it with you anywhere. And you don't have to use it all the time. But if you're looking for that type of look, you just put it on the camera, shoot it, whatever it is that you want, and then you can go back shooting your normal lenses if you're looking for the perfect shot. This lens is autofocus, which is already good. And the autofocus in and itself is already, it's a decent autofocus. It's not perfect. I missed a couple of shots. However, I must say, I missed shots with the Z7 even with other lenses, so it's difficult for me to pinpoint the lens. It may be a case of the camera not being as good as the newer ones when it comes to the autofocus. But again, you're not using this for professional shooting scenario. So even if you miss a shot or two, no one's gonna die. It's not gonna be dramatic. So the autofocus is more than enough to for the use that this lens is designed for. For me, this was unexpectedly fun, and I can recommend it. And if you want to purchase it, don't forget the discount code that you see over here and in the description below. On $100, it's not going to be that much of a difference, but still, it's better than nothing. And if you like this video so far, let me ask you to leave me a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm a lot. And also, let me know in the comments if this lens is something that you're interested in, if there's something that I forgot to mention and you want to know better, if there's something that you don't like about the look of the lens, because it's fine. We're all different. It's not that we have to like the same thing. For me, it's a very good one. I really recommend, if you're looking to get a vintage type of lens, I don't think you're gonna get any better than this. You only spend $100, you get you use, you don't invest too much money, you have fun, and that's pretty much it. For me, it's a recommended lens. I thank you for watching, and if you've gone this far, I'm really thankful for that. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!